What is up, tribe? How you guys doing today? Yep, back in the car. This is gonna be a Black Ink Cruise season 4 episode 7, right? So here we go, you guys. All right, let's just go through it, cause it was a lot here, but it wasn't a lot of drama, and I'm cool with no drama, right? I'm really cool with that. But basically, the biggest thing here is Charmaine became power hungry. She let the fact that she has the LLC and that she's quote unquote the managing partner, she let it go to her head, and she started putting in place some old bullshit. And it really was some old bullshit. But the one thing that was said, and Van said it, and I really wish that Van would understand the magnitude of what he said. In his confessional, he made a statement. He was like, all of this is because, he was like, yeah, I don't agree with the fact that Lily put her hands on Charmaine. But, you see, that's the problem. Had the guys backed Charmaine up, I'm not saying fire Lily, but had they at least acknowledged the fact that Lily was wrong and Lily was out of pocket and made Lily apologize to Charmaine, I really don't think the situation would have escalated the way it did. Charmaine felt like y'all didn't have my back, and she's wrong, and not only is she wrong, she's unapologetic about it. Lily made a comment about, you fight and you get over it. Yeah, you fight, but you apologize and then you get over it. You don't get into an argument with somebody and there's no sort of consensus of, I was wrong, my bad. Like, even if you was just like, you know what, my bad, which to me is a bullshit ass apology, but at least it's better than, oh well, you open your mouth and I had to put my fist in it, and if you do it again, I'm gonna do it. Like, Lily is so unapologetic about it, and it's clear that Lily knows no other way to resolve conflict other than physical violence, and that is a problem. It is unsafe. I've said it before, I'm not gonna dwell on it, but that is a problem for me as a viewer. Now, we all like the rah-rah and the fighting and all that. That's why we look at reality TV. Let's just be real about it. But I don't know, it's something different about how Lily is carrying it. For me, at least for me, it is. So Charmaine comes in with all these new rules, right? Charmaine says, we're going to handle this like a business. Y'all, people are going to check in at the front desk and pay for their tattoo. They even going to pay. She's like, first of all, she said we ain't going to take cash. Well, that's illegal. You can't not accept cash. You have to give people that option. But you can't just say we only going to run credit cards or run debit cards. First of all, everybody don't have one. Second of all, everybody don't want to use one. And third of all, you can't not accept U.S. currency. That's a whole other legal issue. I ain't going to go down that road. But then she says, and your booth rent is going to be 50% of all your tattoos. That's just bullshit. Now, I've never worked in an independent contracting field. However, I know plenty of people who do. So, from my understanding, and I know y'all will correct me in the comments if I'm incorrect, when you run a business and you rent out booth space, basically you have a price. It's rent. It's like you rent a house. It's like you rent a car. This is your price. It doesn't matter how much money you make that month. Your booth rent is $200 a month, $300 a month, $500. I don't know what the going rate is nowadays, but let's just say your booth rent is $500 a month. So for the month of July 1, you pay your $500 booth rent. You could do 2 tattoos in one day that equal $1,000. That does not mean that now all of a sudden, your booth rent is gonna go up because you done already made $1,000 on July 1st. That's not how it works, Charmaine. And that's the point that all of them were making. They were like, first of all, and you don't have no skills. Like, you might be a manager, but what you're saying is just bullshit. And so everybody knew it was bullshit. You knew it was bullshit when you said it, but you was in your feelings and you was flexing and you thought you had a little bit of power. And so Lily and Reese decided at first Lily was like, I ain't playing that game with you. Like, I'm just gonna keep doing my damn tattoos. But then Charmaine kept being a little witch about the situation, which is what they were calling her, the wicked witch or whatever. And they go on strike. And they get the blow up witch and all this stuff, and they're out there picketing. They came up with, I wrote down a couple of the chants, right? Because the chants were funny. The chants were really funny. The chants were, who did I write down? Hold on, y'all. I wrote it down. Oh, damn. Now I ain't gonna be able to find it. With this witch, we can't get rich. 50% can't pay my rent. It was funny. There was some cute little chants they came up with. But the fellas, of course, because the fellas don't know how to deal with girl drama. So they're just like, this is stupid, this is bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Four's really pissed off because remember, Four's already on the edge between staying with this shop and going back to non-mag with Ryan. And you just see where everybody is frustrated. And even Danielle was like, my cousin tripping. Even Danielle was like, look, I can't get with you on this. So Charmaine's mother comes to visit. I kind of feel like Danielle might have called her because, you know, they're cousins. I feel like she might have called her aunt and was like, yo, you need to come talk to your daughter. She tripping. She about to mess it up for everybody. So her mother shows up and her mother tells her point blank, look, you don't have the skill. They're the artists. They have the skill. You can't do this. You can't charge. What you're doing is ridiculous. And you know, her mother gave it to her straight, no chaser. She was like, you're being ridiculous and this is stupid and you're wrong. And she explained to her that you're wrong because you don't have the talent. You're not the artist and you can't take their money like that. And Charmaine was like, but I'm putting it back in the business. It doesn't matter that you're putting it back in the business. What the problem is that you can't regulate their money that way. You know, Ford was like, I don't need nobody handling my money. Like, they've been doing it fine all along, however system was set up. Just set it up like a barbershop or a salon. You pay your booth rent at the first of the month, and that's that. You find out what the going rate is. You do some research and find out what the going rate is in Chicago, tattoo rent, booth rent, and that's what you do. Anyway, so we'll get to how that whole thing resolved. That's at the end. Then we see, excuse me, Van and Jen. I guess they had to stir up some drama with Van and Jen. One of Van's boys, he said his brother, I don't know if it's blood brother or just a, you know, real good friend, calls him and says he sees Jen leave the club with a dude. So Van goes over to Jen's house and acts a fool and cusses her out, and they get to fussing, and they in the middle of the street, and production scared that one of them gonna hit the other one, and you can actually see them like physically like out there trying to make sure that it doesn't escalate to get physical. And Van, you know, breaks one of the cameras. Like, it was real Van-esque. You know, real Van-esque. He had already flipped the table back at the shop because he was mad at Charmaine, and you know, he don't know no other way to express his anger other than destroying shit too. So he flipping tables and shit. So he out there, he destroying cameras off of something somebody called him and told him. Now, I'm not saying, like, clearly this is somebody he trusts and he believes that this person wouldn't lie to him. And I'm not saying the person was lying, but I just feel like the way it escalated was just real stupid. So now he's not answering her phone calls or whatever. So her and Nikki go on a caper. Now, most women can relate to the scene that we saw. It was funny, but most women have either been a sidekick like Nikki was in this situation or have done this to a boyfriend. Jen done broke into the main house. Now, why you don't have a key, I don't know. Because I thought y'all was living together. I remember y'all living together, but okay. Why you don't have a key to Van's house, I don't know, because y'all been together for 8 years. I mean, damn. That's the least you could have. But she breaks in, she climbs in through a window, she goes in, she steals all his damn shoes and leaves a note basically saying, you know, I was here. It was hilarious. It was stupid, but hilarious. And you see Van coming in the front door while they sneaking out the back door because Van done pulled up while they still in there, and he sees them pull off, talking about some, damn, why they driving all crazy, not knowing it's them, you know, for the purposes of the show, not knowing it's them. And then he goes in and he sees the damn, she left it in ketchup in the kitchen on a piece of paper, cardboard. It said Jen something, I don't remember the rest. I don't know if it was Jen was here or Jen loves you or some shit. And she just stole the man's shoes. I mean, his Timbs, his Yeezys, she done stole them. And Nikki in her professional, which she had on this green hair, girl, looked good as hell. It was so cute. That green, I loved it. Talking about Van, I ain't had nothing to do with this. We still cool, right? Because you know Van crazy as hell. But that was cute. That was a little, you know, a cute little scene or whatever. I guess I'm sure they're gonna make up. But it was cute. Then we see Ryan at the shop. His shop done got tagged by the gang members, and Junior told him, look, man, you might need to, you know, get some cages or something, because this is gonna be every day, all day. Like, you already know where we live. You know that it's gonna get tagged up. That's the deal. And Ryan wasn't mad. He was like, you know, when I was a kid, I probably would have done the same thing. He was like, but now that it's my business, now I understand. You know, the dudes chasing us down the street with the baseball bat, you know, like, you fucking up my property, you know, player. And they get to talking, and they get to talking about Rachel. His assistant shows up. I forget the girl name, the one that showed up drunk to the interview. She was like, you expect me to clean this? and they both hand her the Windex and the rag, like, yeah, that's your job, player, that's you. You know, other duties as assigned. That's what that would fall under, the umbrella of other duties as assigned. So they're out there, you know, while she's cleaning the window, they're talking, and they get to talking about Rachel, and they were like, look, it's about that time. Like, you love her, y'all back together, everything is good. Y'all been together for 8 years. They've been together for like 18 years, I think he said, 15 or 18. Like, off and on, but still, 15, that's a long time to be with somebody, and y'all ain't married. Like, that's crazy. Like, y'all son look like he about to be in college. Then y'all asses ain't married. Either you do or you don't. Either you do or you don't. But they get to talking or whatever, and Ron is like, look, we getting it. We not quite there yet. I still gotta rebuild some stuff. You know, a lot of trust was broken with that whole, you know, Lily. I mean, not Lily. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The other girl, Kat. And we still build it up. Like, he never says Kat's name specifically, but y'all know the producers flash back and shows y'all the scene in the shower again. He said we just not there yet. So then we see them having Mother's Day. You know, he got all the mothers together, and they like having like a dinner and everything. And you know, he's talking about how much he loves her and he respects her, and how, you know, he hypes the whole thing up. He talks to her father. He said, you know, I'm ready to, you know, he doesn't come right out and say he's ready to marry her, but he was like, I'm ready to do something, you know, do I have your blessing? And the father was like, you know, depending on what it is. I like you, daddy. He said, depending on what the hell you asking me blessing for, whether I'm down with it or not. Like, I don't know if I'm down. And they hype the whole thing up. He takes her outside, and he's talking about, you know, I love you, and da-da-da-da-da, and I want to do something really special for you for Mother's Day. And the whole family comes out, because everybody think it's going to be a ring, right? Everybody think he about to propose. And he bought her a new car. Now, I ain't going to downplay it. It's a really nice car. It's a Mercedes truck. You know, look like it's a 2018 model. It's real cute. And Rachel is ecstatic, and she was like, man, I needed a new car. And Ryan was like, so what, you know, what would you rather have, a ring or a car? And Rachel was like, you know, I don't mean no harm, but I'll take the car. Like, I'm good. And she even told him, she was like, at this point in the game, I'm cool with just picking up our kids, going to the courthouse and doing it. She was like, we can have a reception or something later, but I'm not even really, like, at this point, I not even need no big song and dance and pomp and circumstance. And I believe her. I really do. Because at this point, y'all done been through hell and back. At this point, you probably just want to get it over with, be done. And then y'all can have a big party and a big celebration. Speaking of parties, Charmaine wants to have a Loyalty Inc. party. And everybody looking at her crazy like, you got Lily and Reese outside protesting you. Everybody inside mad at you. And you talking about planning a party. Ain't nobody trying to plan no party with you, Charmaine. And she don't get it. She really doesn't get it. Now, she had intended to apologize to Lily after her talk with her mom, but then when she pulled up and saw them with the big old blow up witch and out there picketing, she was like, her ego got in the way. And instead of going over to them saying, you know what, y'all right, I was tripping, you know, y'all got the blow up doll, cool, I apologize, let's work this out, let's come to a more amicable business situation. She getting her feelings talking about, I was going to apologize, but after all of that, nah, fuck that. She was going to call the police. See, you about to be one of them people calling the police on people for dumb shit. Ford was like, we're not doing that. He was like, we are family. We are not calling the police on her. Like, that's crazy. So, before I get to the end, the only other thing that really happened was Don is starting to really understand how hard it is to be a single parent. He talking about, he called, it was Mother's Day, so he called Ashley and his son, you know, was talking about how much he missed his mom. And, you know, Don was like, we're going to be back together soon. And, you know, I really respect what single parents go through. It's really hard to balance your time. Yeah, duh, nigga. Duh. That's the only other thing. So, now we are at the end. Cobra shows up. Cobra was like, look, I went to Texas when 9MAC closed because I needed to make some money. Lily told me that Loyalty Inc. was good. They up and running. So here I am. I show up and this bullshit is going on. She see the Lily and them outside picking in. Lily tells her what's going on. So Cobra goes inside to talk to Charmaine. And they convince Charmaine, you know, Charmaine's like, look, I'm about to go end this. She goes outside to end it. She has scissors or a knife or something. She stabs the damn witch, and of course y'all know what that means. Lily jumped on her ass. Next thing you know, down goes Frazier. You see Charmaine rolling around on the ground. You see the big ass which is being deflated, and all you see is legs and bodies rolling around and shit. You got 4 going in and Don going in to break it up. Van ass is sitting on the sideline like, I'm not even entertaining none of this. Which is surprising that Van was the main one that was calm. Van was like, I'm not doing none of this. This right here, not me. I'm not doing it. And excuse me, and Don gets really pissed off. He's the one that's like, stop it. He's screaming, he's hollering. He's like, I'm tired of this dumb shit. I'm tired of us arguing about the same thing over and over again. He was like, it's done. It is done. That's pretty much where the episode ended. They showed us the trailer for the next part of the season. We see that they do have an opening party for Loyalty Inc. and that they're going to Jamaica. Now, I told y'all a couple of videos back, if you follow any of them on social media, you saw that all of them were in Jamaica a few weeks ago. So the filming of this is not too far behind. You know, some reality shows, they done filmed it 6 months ago, but this one looks like it's pretty recent because they were just in Jamaica a couple of weeks ago filming, I guess, all of this. So they go to Jamaica and then they see that Ryan and Junior is there. So we're gonna see how that whole play. It looks like it's gonna be some conflict with that. It looked like Lily getting to another fight, but I ain't even gonna go down that road. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, that's it. Drop it in them comments and keep on the lookout. I might have a special announcement soon.